I'm doing this from our bedroom in my little vintage chair that I got for holding the baby while the baby sleeps down here with us. Okay, I'm going to do a very, not long, but big bump date today. The reason that I have not done a bump date, I will let you know in a second, but I have not updated since 20 weeks. So, doesn't seem like anybody's been holding their breath or anything, but I'm sorry if you've been waiting on one. Okay, so my last bump date I filmed at 20 weeks. I was starting chiropractic care. I was starting kind of a workout regimen with that chiropractic clinic. And I was also only 20 weeks and just 20 or 21 weeks in that video, and I felt very big already. So since then, that has continued. I felt like I was 6 weeks ahead this entire pregnancy, with the exception of the first trimester. I really didn't get very big in the first trimester. So after 20 weeks, I was feeling pretty good at 20 weeks. I don't know if you saw me in that video, but it's like the gender reveal park video, and I gave a little bump date in there. I had makeup on, I had put on jewelry, I put on a cute shirt. We had been walking around Green Lake Park and in the summer and things like that. So I was feeling pretty good at the beginning of my, okay, let me take this call. So, I was doing well at 20 weeks. I hit about 23, 24 weeks and I started to crash every day at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And I needed a lot of support. When David got off work, I basically needed him to do everything that needed to be done at night. Bath time with Dawson, playing with him, anything that hadn't been done from the beginning of the day, like unloading the dishwasher, making dinner, cleaning up from dinner. I became very dependent on him for that because I felt so terrible. So I was tired all of the time, way more tired than I was the first trimester. I felt like I needed to constantly sit. There would be times throughout the day where I would get so tired that I would just put on the TV for Dawson and I would lay down and I would I would fall asleep as soon as I laid down on the couch while he was watching TV. That was a big deal. I said in my last video that I could feel baby move and see him from the outside of my stomach. Excuse me. I will tell you that never subsided. It got bigger, the movements got stronger, the movements got bigger, they got more visible. And so I kind of was in this stage from 23 weeks, I would say, because I was a little tricked. I was still feeling pretty good around 20 weeks. I was like, I'm doing so well in my second trimester. Oh, whew, thank gosh for second trimester. No. As soon as I hit about 23 weeks, all this started happening. So I felt very over-touched. I had Dawson, who's a toddler who just naturally is next to me, touching me, doing things with me all day, which doesn't bother me. But then I have a human inside of me who will not let up. He's constantly moving, constantly punching, kicking. I mean, right now he's his foot is over here and just sticking out half an inch. I mean, it's insane. That I felt very overtouched and I was overstimulated physically. And I just could not get away from that and have not gotten away from that since then. I love this baby already, but this pregnancy makes me never want to be pregnant again. I have been so incredibly tired from then on. I mean, I got to 30 weeks and I looked like I was 36, 37 weeks. So you can imagine knowing that I had, 10 more weeks, 9 more weeks until I delivered. I was just like, this is miserable. Like, I'm tired all the time. This baby moves in the middle of the night when I wake up. I mean, he's moving all the time. And I'm just over it. I'm so tired. I'm so done. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything that's beyond like the bare minimum, which is a really hard way to manage a household and do things for months. I mean, doing the bare minimum for months, it means the house isn't clean. It means David is having to do, on top of all of the work that he does, that he's having to do even more, which, you know, when you're pregnant, you expect that your partner will have to pick up some of the slack, especially in this last month. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about everyday things that aren't really even that big of a deal that I just feel like I constantly need help with. Because I just feel like, okay, I'm going to get up and make Dawson breakfast, but I may not clean up the dishes from breakfast ever. like doing the extreme bare minimum, which is just, I don't like doing. I usually don't have a lack of energy. I feel really healthy, but not with this pregnancy. So the other thing that started happening a lot around 24, 25 weeks is I was getting tons of Braxton Hicks contractions all day long. Every single time I got up off the couch, out of a chair, bent over, picked up a toy, got out of bed, whatever, didn't matter. I would get a Braxton Hicks contraction. We can imagine with a toddler running around, I'm doing a lot of that, bending over, picking things up, getting up. Oh my God. There was a time, you know, around 24, 25 weeks, you don't really expect to get that many Braxton Hicks contractions because it's your body preparing for labor. So that was the very anxiety producing. I thought, I can't have this baby this early. What is happening with me? I never had that with Dawson until the end, till the last month, which is when you're supposed to get them. I mean, you can get them earlier, but most people do not get them that frequently earlier. So I was like calling my doctor, you know, making sure everything was okay. It started out 25 a day, 30 a day, 35 a day, got up to about 50 a day. At some point around 30 weeks, I was up to like 100 Braxton Hicks a day, some days. And I told my doctor about it, and she was like, you know, you can always go to labor and delivery if you need to. Baby looks fine, baby's growing fine. This happens frequently with subsequent pregnancies, maybe not to this extreme, but you know, nothing's happening. You're not going into labor, which was very reassuring. So those only subsided. It's the strangest thing, you guys. I was having like 100, I swear to God, like 75 to 100 a day for like 3 weeks. And then as my pregnancy got farther along and I got bigger and I got closer to delivery, then they stopped happening as much. Now I only get them like 20 to 25 times a day, and I'm gonna have a baby in like 9 days. So I don't know if I said this at the beginning, but I am 38 weeks tomorrow. And then a week after that I have the C-section, if I make it till then. Sorry, I didn't say that. So, oh my gosh. So having all of those contractions all day, every day, that also wears you out. It's just very physically stressful. So not only am I tired, not only am I being like touched from the outside and the inside all day, but now I'm having these contractions. So not only is it way too early to have a baby, so I'm worried that he's going to like come early and have to go to the NICU, but physically, the amount of energy that each of those contractions takes just takes away from my energy even more. So I was very tricked by the second trimester. I thought I was doing really well, and then about, 2 months into the second trimester, it was like, oh no, this is how it's going to be from now on. So everything looks, as a medical update though, everything looks fine with baby. He's growing great. I have been more healthy this pregnancy. The placental leak that I had, I'll finish up the medical update. The placental leak that I had is fine. Nothing's going on with it. I got my RhoGAM shot for my Rh negative factor. The antibody that I had, the antibody M that was kind of like an issue, is a non-issue. So everything's fine. Baby got echo like around 20 weeks, and that was fine too, because we have some family history of heart issues. So everything's fine. Medically speaking, I'm right on track. Good to go. What has happened with getting ready for baby since then? I did have a book baby shower, which was like the funnest thing that I got to do this whole pregnancy. It was so much fun. It was basically an Usborn book party on Facebook, and it just like reminded people all the time, and people log in and you like, they kind of like tell you about the books and you play games. I had a big huge wish list where people could buy for the baby or big brother, and then I also people could buy for themselves, and that would still go towards like the party rewards or whatever. It was so fun. People spoiled us. I got to connect with people that I haven't connected with in a while. People were so excited to get the books. People were excited to come to the party. They were like, I've been looking forward to this all week. I can't wait. Like, it was very kind of like, I hyped it up a lot. Not hyped it up because you don't really need to hype it because it's cool stuff, but like I was excited about it, and so it made everybody else excited about it. And it was so much fun. People were so kind. People sent us so many books for the baby and for big brother, which was great. We do a lot of reading in our house, like a lot, like 10 books a day. And so that was really, really fun. I went to Portland when I was like 32 weeks pregnant and let David spend the whole weekend getting the baby room ready. And he had it fully painted and ready to go when I got back. I'll do a nursery tour. It's like this dark teal, and he put together the furniture. It's just beautiful. So I spent the weekend with friends there who could like kind of help take care of me and stuff like that. And then, oh man, we've been getting ready, you know, installing the car seat and putting the pack and play together and all that stuff, getting the house like very nice and clean and refreshed, you know, buying all the things that we felt like we wanted with Dawson that we didn't have, or just that we wanted with the second baby, which I showed in the haul video. So it's been great getting ready for the baby. The pregnancy's just been hard. So now it's just kind of normal. You know, I'm what, 8 days away from having the C-section, and I don't even know if I'll make it till then. I hope I do, but I might go into labor earlier, or my water breaks or something. But, ooh, I'm about to cough. Really nice. That's it for the bump date. I'm sorry that I didn't do one between 20 and 38 weeks, but that's why, because I've been exhausted and I don't want to sit down and film, and I don't want to edit or anything like that right now. It's a lot of extra, it feels like a lot of extra work when it's really not, and I actually really enjoy it. So let's do a belly shot. You guys are gonna be like so surprised at what my belly looks like. That's a little bit better. That's my belly right now, but I'm gonna show you. This is a little bit more accurate for what it looks like. I would say that I was about this big with Dawson. But you guys have to remember I got here really quickly. So I've looked like this for weeks now, which is a little rough. You can see I'm getting some like, they're not even pregnancy stretch marks, they're like growth stretch marks. It's just growing so much. So, yep, that's the belly. The next update you will see will be me at the hospital having the baby, telling you guys the name. That's it. Thank you for watching.